Hello, everybody. How's it going? This is John with iiRcade Live. Number, guess what? 50. Oh my God. How did we get here? 50. Wow. That number scares me because I don't want to be 50 years old. So when we say we're at episode 50, oh my God. We've done this for some time. So I'm so happy. I don't want to be 50 years old, but number 50, iiRcade Live. I'm so happy. It's a special day, my friends. It is a special day. So glad that we're able to do this today. All my friends are joining. Let me say hi. Scott, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Happy Friday! Woo! So happy, so happy. This week I haven't been able to sleep, almost like not at all. So I'm really waiting for tomorrow because tomorrow I'm gonna sleep. So looking for tomorrow. This is like I'm drinking coffee right now. Don't know if you can see. This is like my fifth coffee today. It works, believe it or not. The myth was true. Coffee does wake you up. So I'm so happy. Mr. Mark, how are you, my friend? So great to see you. Game time! Woo! Definitely game time. Mr. Gene, how are you, my friend? Gene! So great to see you. Thank you so much for joining today. Mr. Mark, my neighbor, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining today. So great to see you today. Mr. Howard, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. You are number 2. Fantastic. I think you're number 2 in YouTube. Definitely. Thank you so much for joining today. Florian, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Luis, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. So great to see you guys. My thing scrolled down again. Let me just go back. Mr. John, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. Mr. Daniel, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. So great to see you. Oh, Mr. Jim is here. Thank you so much, Jim. Thanks for joining. King Jim is in the house. Woo! So great to see you. Thanks for joining. I'm so happy. Troy, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. So great to see you. Steve, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. So great to see you. SJ Miola, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. So great to see you. Thomas, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. So great to see you. Mr. Prentice, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much again for all your fantastic videos. I really appreciate it. So great to see you. Mr. John, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. So great to see you. Mr. Sean, how are you? Wow, so great to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining. Mr. Gregory, how are you, my friend? So great to see you. Thanks for joining. Mr. Antman, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Let's get into gaming. Woo! Definitely get into gaming. Michael, Mr. Michael, how are you, my friend? So great to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Mr. Todd, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Mr. Rosa, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. Dana, how's it going, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. All my friends are here. I am so happy. Let's get started. Adam, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Hank, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. So great to see everybody. Last time we announced ColecoVision, and I've been looking forward to playing these games with you. So today I'm going to do that, and I've been very much looking forward to this. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Do you know how we got into the ColecoVision conversation in the first place? I've been extremely excited about all these games, right? But several things. Number one, Jumpman. Oh my God! When last time I played Jumpman, how old was I? I was like really, really, really young. Back at the time, I was like what, like 6, somewhere there, I think. And at that time, I was in Korea, right? And in Korea, the computers were it wasn't really well distributed, right? So if you want to play a game or play with computers, you either had to go to a computer school where you go there and you learn how to code in simple basic language and things like that. And back in the time, we used to have those tape drives, right? Cassette tape drives, and you put in, I think you type in the command brun, B-R-U-N, brun, and then type in the name of the game, and it will upload in the tape drive, and then the game would come up. And the game that I used to always play with those computers was Jumpman. And by the way, my uh, not my uncle, but my father's older brother, he was a computer scientist. So he had one of those computers at home. So whenever I went to his house, I always used to play Jumpman, Jumpman Junior, Jumpman Junior, and it just brings me a lot of memories. The name Jumpman itself just brings me a lot of memories. So when I saw the word Jumpman, it got me extremely excited. So I was very happy to see that. And of course, and then while we're looking through the list, we saw some other very familiar names. And I think it may have been Brian who requested for Bump and Jump. So as soon as I saw that word Bump and Jump, oh my God, we gotta grab it. Grabbed. And then we saw the word Choplifter. When I saw the word Choplifter, I was like, oh my God, you gotta grab it. Grab. So that's what happened. Eventually, we just grabbed them all. Grabbed them all. So that's basically what happened. And I was so glad because back when I was young, I did not have a ColecoVision at home. I had a Atari 2600. And right, of course, my friends had ColecoVision. And whenever I went to their houses, I used to play games on them all the time. I don't know why none of them had Jumpman Jr. So it was my first time seeing Jumpman Jr. on ColecoVision, but I was very happy to see it. But yeah, then I obviously got to really experience ColecoVision now, right? 39 games, right? And I was like, oh my God, these are amazing. I sort of felt, I don't know, I haven't played with Atari 2600 for a while. But I was like, ColecoVision's better. I was like, I used to have Atari 2600 with games such as, of course, you got to have the baseball game, right? So we had the baseball game. I had E.T. E.T. I didn't say anything. Yeah, I had the E.T. Yes, I confess, I had the E.T. And I sort of liked it. I shouldn't be saying that, but I sort of liked it. I didn't know how to play it, and I didn't know what it's about. But I was really young, and I was like, "Cool, ET! Oh my God, I gotta move these ET and eat these M&Ms, and I gotta collect different equipment for my communication equipment, and I got a phone home." So that's what happened. And then I used to have a game called Quest. I don't know if you had heard of that game before. But this was a game that connected to a tape drive to Atari 2600. And Quest was like one of the very first tape drive games. It was a tape game. And I used to turn on my Atari 2600, open up my tape drive, put it in, close it, press play. And then you would load up the tape. And then the game would start. And it was basically an adventure game, right? So in the beginning, you would fight these dragons. You would go around, fight these dragons, collect things, and then the door opens up. And when the door opens up, you go in there, and you're going through a different, I think, dimension or something like that. And you're going through different levels, and then finally you're able to beat the game. And I was never able to beat this game. I went close, but I was never able to beat this game. So some of those bring me back a lot of memories. Some of the other ones that I used to have, like Mountain King, was another one that I used to have and enjoy a lot, etc., etc. So, anyways, that's a little story of my Atari 2600, and now I'm experiencing ColecoVision, which I think is amazing. So I was very happy to be able to bring ColecoVision over and be able to experience the ColecoVision on iiRcade as an arcade game now, right? Now it becomes an arcade experience. Um, so we'll be playing this together, which is going to be awesome. We'll do that. But before we get into doing that, let me show you some slides. Slides are always fun, sort of. So let me show you some slides. Let's see. It's kind of short. The slides are kind of short, but let me go through this with you. Real quickly, our backer kit status, we're still at 91%. Still trying to get people to complete. And I did see that some people now completed, but it was only a handful. So we're trying to move them quicker. So we'll see. And we had when you're completing the survey, we had 651 people clicking the post. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I've seen those posts as well and clicked the likes. And I think I clicked like on all of them. So that was good. In Backer Kit, we have raised close to $165,000. So thank you so much again for everything. I think there were a lot of upgrades that happened. So I think this is where this is coming from. And as you can see on the right-hand side, credit cards were not charged, as you can see. One that says it was charged, I talked to Backer Kit and they basically said, we had one person who downgraded. So this is where from the credit, it just got charged. It doesn't mean credit card was charged, but basically means it was charged from their credit. And this was the quote unquote pseudo shipping fee that was charged. So that's what happened. But anyway, this was a quick Backer Kit status. Let me go to the next slide and show you something else. We finally have our assembly manuals done, so which was cool. Took a while. We have a really good designer in Korea with our development team, and she was able to come up with a really good assembly manual. So that was good to see. It looks really nice. And then Create team was also able to create our box for the packaging. So I wanted to show you that real quickly. And we've been doing a lot of testing, right, with shipments basically to make sure that our packaging is good. And one thing that we found is that the edges are very, very important. So we made sure that edge is good. So if you can see here, we have a lot of padding at the edges, at the ends, right there. So that when FedEx or UPS throws the package, it will not break. We're also looking into a lot of inner packaging as well. So we're going to make sure that the packaging is good. So box looks good. It's very sturdy. I haven't seen it, but Create team has. And they really like the quality of the box that they came up with, especially from safety perspective with the the padding and everything. So that was good. Getting to the last slide. So as we have announced at the end of last session, thank you so much for everybody who stayed until the end. We did one of those, oh, one more thing. Sorry, I like that. So, we sort of did that, and we announced that we're going to be having a Game and Brew night on October 23rd, which is this coming Friday. And P-Dubs is coming to join us. So he's coming to Chicago, and he'll be with us in our office to play with iiRcade together, right? And he'll be, of course, playing a lot of games. And then we'll be doing our special iiRcade live session together. And we'll be have some great conversations, and we'll have a lot of fun. And the timing for this first session, we're going to have two sessions. The first session live with P-Dubs is going to be at around, it'll be at 3 o'clock. But Friday we'll make it 3 o'clock. And then afterwards, we'll play more games, and then we're going to host a game and brew night where we're going to be inviting 10 people from our family members to join us. We'll be drinking together, eating together, and playing games together, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of games. We're going to make sure there's a lot of games. And then there will be at least 10 iiRcades, if not 11, 12, somewhere there. And then, of course, we're going to have a lot of liquids. We'll be drinking some good liquids and things. And then we want to live broadcast the event. Most likely not the entire event. So we'll probably start somewhere in the middle and then show you people playing games. And we'll interview some people. And we're going to have some fun, do some contests and things like that as well. We take some pictures and we use some prize drawings and things. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And one thing that we want to make sure that this event is about is that it's not only for the 10 people who are joining us on Friday live, but we also want this event to be for everybody, right? So this is the first time when outside of course, Arcade Team, and also old school gamer magazine, right? Who was able to come and play games with us and things before they wrote the article. This is like really the first time that anybody gets to play with it, right? And we're going to have P-Dubs joining us, and we'll have our family members joining us, and then they will be playing together on iiRcade. So, and virtually, I want to make sure that everybody has the same chance to experience what our family members who will be joining us live will be experiencing as well. So we'll do that. We'll do that, and we'll have some fun together. Maybe you can bring your BYOB, virtual BYOB. So we'll do that. And we have a list of 10 family members who will be joining us on next Friday. So if you have any questions for them beforehand, you can do that, things like that as well. It will be a really free event. Really, they'll be able to come and play with the device, check out the device, do anything they want. So it'll be a very, very free, not from money perspective, there's no money involved, but it'll be really free, like I am finally free, that kind of event. So it'll be a lot of fun. So please join us, both physically and virtually. And we look forward to having an amazing event together. And by the way, to make this happen, we are working on this like really, really hard to make sure that the place looks nice. We have the games in the device. Make sure we have the food. So a lot of work happening right now. We look forward to seeing everybody both physically and virtually. All right, I think that was the last slide. So guess what time it is for? It's time for playing games. Woo! And today is going to be special again because we're going to be playing ColecoVision games, right? ColecoVision. So with that, let me get to it. If you can give me 1 second, let me get to my device. Oops. Give me 1 second. Let me set this up. Forgot to power up the device. Sorry about that. Let me go and take care of this real quickly. Powering up. There we go. Fantastic. Sorry for that. It'll come out real quickly. There it goes. So This is iiRcade, as you know. And let me know if I have any audio issues, etc. But um, for those of you who may be joining for the first time, welcome. So great to see you today. Let me go over really quickly with you on iiRcade. So right above, you see we have the 1.21 gigawatts of amazing power that can take you back in time. Right below that, you have your beautiful 19-inch high definition display. And then underneath, you have your premium arcade controllers, of which up at the top, you have your controls, quote unquote. Power button, where if you press, it'll go to sleep. If you press it again, it'll wake up. If you press it for 2 seconds, it'll go down, power down. Press it again, it'll come back up in about 24 seconds so that you can get to playing a game in less than 30 seconds. Next to that, you have the coin and power P1, P2 start. And next to that, you have your power button or volume buttons. Let me make sure that it's a little down so that you can hear me. And then next to that, you have your menu and pause button, where if you press it during the gameplay, it'll pause the game. If you press it again, it'll unpause. And then if you press for 2 seconds, it'll get you back to this game menu. And then next to that, you have, of course, your 3.5 millimeter handset jack. And from a menu perspective, right now I don't have my Wi-Fi connected, but can go down. Listen will show you all the recent games that you have played in chronological order. All will show you all the games that you have installed in the device in alphabetical order. And from then it will show you everything by genre, and everything under genre is alphabetical order. So you're able to get to playing your games really quickly, find your game really quickly. That's how this was designed. And of course, you have your settings menu. So with that, if you have any questions, please do let me know. Let's get to our first Coleco game. First, the one that I want to show you today. I'll just show you 4 games that I have today. Let's play Minor 2049, right? That was an awesome game. And by the way, that no image happened because there were lots to prepare today, and I didn't have a chance to put the right image in there, so my apologies for that. But if you remember Minor 2049er, one player. Oh my God, do you remember this? It's a 1983 game. And by the way, the game is 2 players. You can use left joystick for 1 player, right joystick for 2 players. And this game really brings me back, right? I turned up the audio a little bit just so that you can feel the game, feel the audio, right? Not listen to the audio, but feel the audio, because this is the type of experience that we used to have when we are young, and I want to sort of bring that back for you. Now, even the graphics may be older, which I really love. And by the way, if I get those equipment, I am able to destroy the bad guys. So, real quick history on the game. So, Minor 2049er. Where did Minor 2049er, the number 2049 come from? Basically, this game is all about the gold rush, right? Gold rush of 1849. And the game is supposed to be bringing back the experience to the 20th century, which was, right, basically 1980s, right? Oh, I knew that would happen. So, anyways, that's the reason. That's where 2049 is coming from. I thought I had a little bit more time to kill the guy, but anyway, let me just try this again real quickly, because this game brings you back. Right now, I can play 1 or 2 players. I'll show you 2 players real quickly. I want to try solving 1 level for you, so that this game playing together can hopefully bring you back in time. So when I played this right before the session, I was able to solve a level, one level. And I think I'm almost there as well. So let me do that. This game plays so much better as an arcade game, right? And when I'm playing this game right now, it is a ColecoVision game, but it doesn't really feel like ColecoVision. It feels more like an arcade game because, right, I'm playing this with arcade controllers, one, and then number two, I'm standing up in front of an arcade device, and then I'm playing this on a 19 inches of huge display. And especially if you're like right in front of it, the display is extremely huge. And you'll get to see this next Friday. I'm so glad that I'll be finally able to show you what I meant all along. I've been itching for a very long time, so I'm so glad to be able to show you and have you experience the iiRcade experience because it's been what's the best way to put it? It's been lonely. Oh, no, my timer went up. Let me show you two players. Two players. I moved to the two-player joystick area, and right, player one doesn't work. Anyway, I've been pretty lonely playing this by myself, so I'm so glad that I'll be able to show you all these next Friday. So I'm really looking forward to it. But anyway, playing this on a arcade machine really does feel like you're actually playing an arcade game. So it does feel like playing an arcade minor 2049. I'll just solve the level. Voila! There we go. So that was minor 2049er. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me get to our next game because I can play this game forever, I can tell you. And you'll be with me for like 5 hours. So this was minor 2049er. I think it was 1983 game coming to iiRcade. Second game, let me show you. Which one should I show you? Let's go to Space Panic. And Space Panic is a 1980, I thought it was 1980 game, maybe 1983 game. Anyway, this was one of the earlier platform games that were released. By the way, I think somebody asked this question last time. ColecoVision controller had a roller joystick kind of thing, and it had a number of buttons. And here, a lot of games on ColecoVision enables you to select what kind of level. So, easy, medium, difficult, and one player, two player using the number button. So here, for now at least anyway, I mapped them to the 8 buttons on player 1 and player 2 joysticks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's say I'm just going to do one player for now, because I showed you 2 players on minor 2049er. So I'm going to go easy. I'm going to go easy. So I'm going to play easy level 1 player. This game was interesting because it reminded me of a game called Road Runner. If you remember Road Runner, I think this was like a really good quote-unquote mother of Road Runner games, right? Remember that? Remember that? I was like, oh my god. Don't run away. Let me feel. Anyway, this game, one thing that's a little bit different from Road Runner is that Road Runner, you can dig, and you can press buttons to dig, and then the fill will happen automatically. Whereas in this game, please come down. You have the A button to dig and B button to fill. And of course, this was my first time playing the game, and I didn't know that immediately, so I died a couple of times. But I sort of got used to it, and I sort of felt that this was more comfortable for me. Road Runner, I used to always miss timing, but here, because I can fill whenever I want. It gives more options. Yeah, it really does give me that Roadrunner feel, which is awesome. I used to love Roadrunner. Let me dig. Let me dig on the other side. And of course, whenever I dig, they're running away. So I'm gonna fill. All right, now I'm gonna dig. Yes. There we go. One down. Of course, if I do that, I think they will fall in. And of course, they come out too. So you gotta unfill before they come out, which is very similar to Roadrunner as well. Okay, of course. He's afraid of me. And I can dig actually, I can theoretically dig a little quick, very quickly, but that time I missed. But let me see if it comes to me again. Okay. And then one more guy. There he goes. All right. I think I'm better on this game than minor 249, right? But anyways, this was Space Panic. I want to show you. Very similar to Roadrunner, coming to iiRcade. Let me show you our third game. Third game, I think a lot of people knew, right? And this game really reminded me of various different games. I think I also have played this game when I was young before as well, because the name sounded extremely familiar. And the gameplay, especially, was extremely familiar. And it also reminded me a lot of Pitfall as well. The next game is called Jungle Hunt. Yeah, of course, I didn't have time to put in the images, so my apologies for that. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to play, of course, I'm going to play easy. Let's play easy. Remember this? Oh my God. Oh my God. This really brings me back. This here, basically, you're this adventurer who is going to save your loved one, Penelope, I think her name was, and she is captured by cannibals. So before she is eaten by cannibals, you have to save her. So you're in this jungle trying to save her, and now I'm playing Tarzan. Oh, now I'm playing Tarzan. Oh, I thought I missed that for a second. Getting the timing right on these vines, I found those to be pretty difficult. There you go. And I gotta wait for the right timing. No. I think I will have died. There we go. All right. Look at those vines slowing down, right? Trying to make mistakes. I think if I go, and of course now two vines have different speeds, so you have to time it right. If I go one more, then I get to the next level, and I get to go in the ocean. All right. Now I'm in the ocean. I'm fighting this crocodile. Oh, and here you have to time these crocodile kills perfectly, and I was above the crocodile, that's why I keep on dying. All right. You have to be like right in front of the crocodile. The other thing that I can do is I can just continue swimming at the top, and no one's gonna touch me. Oh, kilo. Then I just killed him. So you have to time it like really perfectly, and that was not easy. There we go. And if I go down, you see my breath keeps on going down too. Water mechanic, and this was like created back in 1984. So these programmers and these games, right? The other amazing thing is these programmers used to be right, a game used to be made by like single programmer, for example, back in the days. I mean, you can see the mechanics are easy and everything, but the way how these people used to think and make these games, right? And the skills that they were able to bring to making these games, they were amazing. So huge kudos to all those people. Anyways, here now I'm in the next stage. I'm jumping over these quote unquote. They're just rocks. I don't think they're boulder size. But I am going to save my girl. I'll be honest, I've never been able to pass this stage before. But I think thanks to your great vibe, I'm doing better than what my norms are. Oh, there's a boulder. All right, I'm gonna duck. See, that was my first time seeing a boulder too. All right. Down. Oh, solved it. Nice. Oh, there we go. Last stage. Now, how do I get past these guys? I think I just jump over them like this. Like that. Oh, I died. Right before saving my girl, I died. I think I was supposed to jump over and cut the vine and something. Anyways, that was Jungle Hunt 1984 game coming to iiRcade. Today I'm going to show you 4 games. There are lots of games on. There are lots of ColecoVision games on iiRcade, 39. And by the way, I also take requests as well. So if you have any games that you would like to see, please do let me know. Today I want to show you 4. This was the 3rd. The last one I want to show you is a game that really brings me back. Like I said, Jumpman Jr. And Jumpman Jr. is a name that is sort of engraved in my heart. If you know what I mean? I mean, I was younger than Donkey Kong Jr. when I was playing this game. I was like 6. Anyway, let's dive in. Oh my God, this game's gonna make me cry. Here we go, Jumpman Jr. Remember that? Here in this game, if you press T1 start, it's going to start the game in normal speed, or if you press the other button, you'll be able to start at different difficulties. But let me lower the volume a little bit. There it is. Oh my God, I really remember this. You know, back in the days, we used to play this with keyboards, right? Because there were not really controllers on the tape drive PCs. I'm gonna avoid this. So I used to play with these with keyboards, and I thought those were like the greatest things on earth. Now I'm able to play this on an arcade machine. It plays so much better, number one. It's a lot more fun. It really feels like an arcade game, which is awesome. Now this really feels like a game. Than when I used to play this on a keyboard. I think I go above the ladder, jump, go down. No, those bullets are really scary. They just come out of nowhere, and whenever they see me, they just shoot. So gotta avoid them. I'm gonna jump over here. Oh, gosh, forgot the last one. Okay. Thanks for giving me or saving me one more guy so that I can finish the game. Or the level, rather. I just finished the level. This game has got a lot of levels, right? If you go to the next level, it gets more difficult. This is a firefighter level. Oh, I forgot that. So these are supposed to be bombs, right? And you're supposed to detonate them. I'm sorry. You're supposed to. Sorry. You're supposed to. I'm sorry. I'm focusing too much on the game. What was I supposed to do? Supposed to get these bombs before they detonate. And those fires are extremely unacceptable. Sorry, I'm focusing on the game. Like Jumpman is a game that deserves to have your focus, right? There you go. Ah, thanks for bringing the fire and the ladder. I wonder how I'm supposed to go up. Yeah, these random fires are there's a lot of difficulty to the game itself, and every single level has different traps like these, right? So that makes the game a lot of fun. Hey, I'm number one. I was the first person playing this game ever since I installed it on my machine, but yeah, I'm number one. Anyways, this was Jumpman Jr. coming to iiRcade. I was so happy to be able to show you this today. With that, let me go back to my desk. Let me bring myself up. Oh my God, did that bring you back? That really brought me back. My Donkey Kong Jr. probably don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, those games that I showed you today, Jumpman Jr. especially, that really brings me back. And I think that was one of the big reasons why we wanted to bring ColecoVision over to iiRcade. Right? One of the things that we want to achieve is bring the nostalgia back to you as well, right? And I think ColecoVision has a lot of great nostalgia factor that helps to achieve that. So when we saw this, and especially when I saw Jumpman Jr., I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get this over. It was hard. It was hard, but I think we're able to make it happen, and I was very happy. So anyways, before I cry, let's get to our awesome conversations. All right. Now I'm at the area where we're saying hi. Hi, everybody. So great to see you. Let's see. Oh, I see our first question. Mango Slice, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. When is P-Dub stopping by arcade headquarters? Is that today or next week? That'll be next week, next Friday. And next Friday, we will have our Game and Brew night as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be a lot of fun. And by the way, I see Donkey Kong Jr. Welcome, Donkey Kong Jr. I hope you're not here to spy on me. So great to see everybody. Going down the list, looking for questions. Daniel, I see a long statement. So let me go to that. I hope iiRcade can revive the arcade industry in Korea. When I was in Seoul, I didn't see a single arcade. However, there were a lot of game cafes where people play online multiplayer games. I completely agree with you. In fact, when I used to be young, there were those small arcades, like local arcades everywhere, right? And used to have those arcade machines, big, small, Pac-Mans and Galagas, and it was those kind of days. And they went away. One of the big reasons is that they basically all got killed due to piracy. There were a lot of people who were pirating, and the arcade owners could not withstand the financial burden that they were losing, right? Basically, from piracy, and yet the cost was continuously going. They had to pay rent and things like that, and nobody was coming because these games were all pirated in their houses. So unfortunately, the arcade industry died, and even today, there are a lot of piracy going on. So I completely agree with you, my friend. I'm really hoping that we can also help revive the arcade industry not only in Korea, but hopefully everywhere, so that the cycle has to go. What's the best way to put it? Like four wheels need to turn together at the same time in a car, so that the car keeps on moving. Same thing here also, right? The four wheels needs to be turning at the same time, and has to be going really well. And that is the gamers, and then there are people who's providing the games or making the games, and then people like the arcade owners, right? Um, and of course the game distributors. All right, everything has to be going in sync. And if one wheel comes out, the entire car falls apart. So that's where we want to help to put those wheels back so that the car can continue going, if you know what I mean. So I'm really hoping that we can help there. So thank you so much for that, Daniel. I really appreciate it. That was awesome. Michael, you sold your 2600 and games to buy ColecoVision. It does feel like that. Of course, I sort of figured out after playing it, but ColecoVision sort of feels like it's an advanced gaming machine. I remember my Atari 2600, and when I'm comparing this against the games that I just played, oh my God, the graphics are so much awesomer. Uh, there's a new word, awesomer. But the graphics are much more awesome. The games are more complicated. And complicated meaning it's smarter, right? So, for example, if you look at the Jungle Hunt game, it tracks breathing, and things like that. So, I think ColecoVision was more powerful. At least this is a feeling that I'm getting. And yeah, games were awesome. So I can see why. I can see why. I think Atari 2600 had more games, and especially Atari specific games. But I think ColecoVision had the better technology, and there it is. And I see a few Odyssey too. Uh, wow, that brings me back. And also Intellivision as well. I think those were some of the big ones, right? And then there was the Magnavox, um, etc., etc. So there were a lot of consoles back then too. I think many of us just didn't realize because the big three were just too big, right? Atari 2600, not even Atari 5200. Atari 2600 was the king, and ColecoVision was the second, and then you had Intellivision. Um, Intellivision brings me back as well. The black and white vector vector graphics. Oh my god. Oh man, if I get started, I can talk about that like the whole night. So I won't get into that. But anyways, hey John, ET killed the gaming industry in US. There. I don't know if you subscribe to Game Informer, but I do. And latest Game Informer magazine had an article on this actually, and I forgot his name, but they had an interview with the person who developed ET. So they were basically saying that the company, maybe it was Activision. I can't remember the company, but I think it was Activision. Activision said, I'm sorry, no, it wasn't Activision. It was Atari. Atari, if I remember this correctly. Atari said, and this developer is a really great developer, right? I think he did several very popular games. And then they said, hey, we just got a IP for ET. Go talk to Steven Spielberg, and I want you to develop this game in like a month. And games usually take like 9 months back at the time to develop. I think he was given like 5 weeks. And Atari asked him, can you do it? And he said, yes. So he met Steven Spielberg, and he was like spending day and night to try to make this happen. And obviously, he didn't have enough time, so he made it simple, and then there was ET. So, and then after ET, he was let go of the company from the company. He made a lot of big games, so he was let go, and afterwards, I think he did some sales afterwards. But yeah, I remember ET. I had it. I played a lot. I admit, I liked it. Man, I shouldn't be saying this in front of everybody. Let's see, going down the list. Dean, how are you, my friend? You went a 30-2600 in a bag of Hostess chips? Oh my God. I would eat a lot of Hostess chips if they were giving me consoles, in consoles. I would. I would eat those chips even if they did not give me any consoles. But if they were giving consoles, I would. That was good. Mark is like, my sister gave away my Atari. What? Your sister gave away your Atari 2600 in games? Why would she do that? Oh my God. You should have her buy for you again. Yeah, back in the days, I begged my parents a lot to be able to get an Atari 2600. And then afterwards, and when first Nintendo Entertainment System came out, oh my God, I really, really had to beg. And I was told that if I achieve certain grade at school, then they'll think about it. So that sort of got me triggered into studying a lot, right? So I'm studying, get grades and things like that. And I made the grades happen. And then instead of Nintendo Entertainment System, they gave me an Apple II computer. So that's when I started playing King's Quest, if you remember King's Quest. The very first game that I got on my Apple II was King's Quest 2. That was an amazing game. And then, right, I was playing games there. And later on, I finally got my NES with Ikari Warriors in 2020. That was awesome, by the way. That was really, really awesome. But it took me a lot to get it. So, anyways, just going back to when I see ColecoVision on, when I saw ColecoVision, I had to take it. It really brings us back. Anyway, I'm talking a lot today. It must be the coffee. Scott feels the same way. John, I feel the same way. Had a 2600 as a kid and got ColecoVision, and it was an amazing experience. You know, I'm very, very jealous. You had 2 machines. ColecoVision, again, I never had it, but now I'm experiencing it. And right now I'm like, oh man, if I had it, that would have been awesome. Now I'm feeling it, but at least now I'm able to play it, the arcade style. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Jeff, oh my God, I'm late. Is everybody still sober? My friend, that's next week. But at least, I don't know if you're drinking coffee like me. I think I may be getting drunk from coffee, having too much coffee today. But I am liking it. I'm liking it. And as you can see, what caffeine effect is doing to me right now, I'm talking a lot. I think I'm probably caffeine high and at the same time, very happy to see everybody here, of course, and play ColecoVision games together with you. So going down the list. Let's see. Going down the list. I see a lot of coughing. Jim, I completely agree with you, my friend. By the way, Donkey Jung Jr., if you're watching, if you can close your eyes and mute or volume down for a second. Jim, I completely agree with you. The beer in arcades cannot go wrong. Cannot go wrong. I think there's a lot of this going on these days, right? This is getting really popular. Even here in Chicago, there are now lots of pubs that have opened up that have our nostalgic arcade machines on it. So the Game and Brew experience, I think, is going really quickly. It's spreading really quickly nowadays, which I'm very, very happy about. So there's a place called Logan Hardware that is not a hardware store. It used to be, but it now is actually a pub with about, I don't know, I didn't count. They got a lot of arcade games there. So I used to go there a lot. And this is where I met all the the professional gamers who play tested our device. Street Fighter champion as well, by the way. He was amazing, amazing. He stands like this, and then he would kill everybody. But anyway, I heard that Ed Boon also comes there from time to time and things. Midday guys also come there from time to time. I never met them, but hopefully someday I want to be able to meet them. Anyways, yeah, a lot of that going on. So I am very happy. Going down the list. Mark is like, can my iiRcade have a beer holding armitage? That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Maybe an accessory. um, we'll think about it. That's a great idea. Going down the list. Rick, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. Happy Friday, my friend. That's a new word. I love that word. I have a feeling that Webster Dictionary will be having a lot of new words coming out soon, which I'm happy about. Friday, I love that. Another question, Thomas Harry, my friend. Thanks for joining. When is our shipping target date? I know it's got pushed back. Thank you. Great question. Right now, we're at sort of mid-November, and this is when we're supposed to get our products in our docks in LA at the moment. And then from there, we'll get it over to our warehouses and then ship them out. And from then on, it'll depend on how quickly FedEx can get them out. Fingers crossed, hopefully soon. But yeah, right now we're looking at middle of November receiving at docks in LA. We'll keep you updated, so thank you for that. Going down the list. Looking for questions. I see a lot of great comments here. A lot of love for early 80s retro games, which I also have. Hank is like, Jungle Hunt was cool in the arcade back in the day. That was a good game. That was a really good game. I completely agree with you. Scott, John, ColecoVision is a huge get. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please tell us Konami Super. You pay for them today. Let me think about it. Thanks for that. That was good. Going down the list, looking for questions. I see a lot of people who like Jungle Hunt. The Jungle Hunt is like 4 games in 1, so good. Todd liked it as well. Michael misses Jungle King. Is that a different game or is it the same game with different name? I sort of heard both. So if you know which is right, please do let me know. I'd be curious to know. Let's see. Everett told me, don't fight the Crocs, avoid them, John. I completely agree with you. I don't know why I thought that. Last game, I was actually floating up at the very top and I'm just swimming and no Crocs touched me. Only one game. No Crocs touched me. That was easy. But I completely agree with you. Avoid the Crocs at any cost. I may need some hints from you on how to get past those cannibals at the end. I've never been there. I've never been to that part of the game before, and honestly, I don't know how to solve that. So if you can give me some hints, that would be helpful. See, going down the list. Looking for questions. See, a lot of great conversations about Jungle Hunt. A lot of people must have played it, which is awesome. Which is awesome. And I think I just saw the word question. So let me try to find it again. That's like, I feel so young. You probably, at least, I don't know how old you are, or but I wouldn't be surprised if you're young, or at least young looking, and young in heart, just like me and everyone else in our family. So that's great. Here we go. Oh, that was from you, John. Perfect. Question, John, they also make new homebrew for ColecoVision. Can you get those new games also? Thanks for that. We'll try. So I think licensing games, it doesn't matter whether it's really old or really new or somewhere in between. Of course, some of games are depending on who they are and things like that. It may be a little easier, but generally, licensing is licensing, and they're all hard. So I think we need to look into this from a priority perspective, right? But we'll add them into the list, and we'll see what we can do. We'll probably, like we discussed, we'll probably be putting a lot of focus on both the arcade games, retro arcade games, as well as modern games. So those two areas will be where we'll be putting a lot of focus on. But if we run into any more opportunities in ColecoVision, we'll certainly try to grab them. So we'll keep you updated. So thanks for that. Let's see. Alberto, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. Hi, John. Question. Received the email stating I could attend the event, but on your list I was not listed. Doesn't mean that. My sincere apologies for that. No, you're on the list. You're definitely on the list. You know what happened? Preparing for live sessions takes a lot of time, and I was focusing on getting this working and things like that, and I didn't have too much time to create the slides. So it was sort of done in a rush. And when I did that, I was going through all the email list and one by one, and then putting together a list. And that's probably the reason why. I think I probably missed a couple of people. So my sincere apologies, but I know you're definitely in the list. So we look forward to seeing you on next Friday. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate letting me know. Okay, going down the list. Arcade Will, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you as well on next Friday. Man, we have a lot to talk about when you get here, but we will make sure that your trip is worth it, and we'll make it a lot of fun. So thanks for that. So I think there's some questions in here, so let me have a look. What is update for opening game store for games that have been completed? So let me start there. The timing would be very close to, if not at the time of when you are getting your devices. So that's where we're targeting at the moment. Second question: can you link a short video of such games? Not sure which game you mean. If you can let me know which game you mean. We do have a lot of demo games on our YouTube page. So if you go to youtube.com/c/iiRcade, then you'll be able to see a lot of videos about our demo games if that's what you meant. If that's not what you meant, my sister apologies, please let me know, and we'll look into that. Third question: is that your son who has posted some of the arcade? It's not. he's a little too young. um, it's me. I created all those demos and demos for you, and then I posted it by myself. And then recently, the last few games, we have, well, of course, obviously, our team grew, and we have a great QA team, and our QA lead posted them for me. So I think he will be posting a lot more great games for you on the YouTube page. And I can tell you one thing. He's so much better than me in playing games. I was extremely surprised at how he played games, but he's good. And our QA team is amazing at playing games. So again, so much better than me. And they're able to create so much better videos than I. So they will be doing that for us. And I'll introduce our QA lead to you soon as well. Oh, by the way, Arcade you'll be able to meet him next Friday because he's coming. So, and I challenge you to play him. He's hard to beat. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Oh, sorry. Right underneath, I saw a comment from Mark. I think you're the awesomest, my friend, and our family is the awesomest, not me. But thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Just made my day. Thanks for that. I see another question. Steve, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. Based on your licensing conversation, when do you think some of the A-list classic arcade games will come to arcade? Early next year, mid-year, holiday? That's a fantastic question. I think we have some. And I am more than willing to bet that next Friday, when many of you try out the games, especially the modern games and all, as well as many of the games that I showed you, your minds will probably change on what A-list classic arcade game means. But from the strategic factor perspective, I totally hear you. And I think it all depends. It all depends. Right? If we're able to make a lot of sales, right? These companies, again, they really love what we're doing. Right? We're bringing these back, and we're trying to revive this industry and things, and we're helping them to get rid of piracy. You know, they really like that, by the way, and things like that. So they really love what we're doing. And the only thing that's left, like we discussed, is the financials. So if we're able to sell more devices, and most importantly, if we're able to sell a lot of games, then this will capture their eyes more. And it'll make us so much easier to be able to bring those games over. We are, FYI, having a lot of great conversations as we speak now too, but we're right now, we're even pre-launch. And we're pre-launch, and we're still getting all these attentions from these great game companies. And so now when we launch, after we launch, and we actually have devices in the field, and people are playing with it, and they love it, and a lot more games are sold, and this game sales, game companies see, and they will go, can I come on board? Okay, so I think this is how it will happen, and how it normally happens. So stay tuned. I feel confident. So we'll make this happen together. We'll make this happen together as a team. Thank you for that. Let me go down. Michael, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. I think you had a question. Let me see. Can you go into more details about the first 100 backer vinyl that won't rub off? Backer vinyl, do you mean the signature? If you mean this is signature, then the plan is to make sure that it doesn't rub off. If I go through and sign 100 times and they rub off, then I'll be like disappointed. But that's the plan. And our the plate quote unquote, is supposed to be very high quality. I haven't seen it yet, but that's what I was told. So we'll see. So thank you so much for that. Going down the list. Let's see. I think there's also some great conversations about Atari and ET. Michael said, ET didn't kill the industry. That's old wives' tale. And I completely agree with you. And it's this. So ET came up. The reason, this is what article says. The reason why everybody says ET killed the industry is because there was a time when all these easily made games were selling, right? So people were one person was able to code up a game really quickly and get it out there, especially with a license like ET, and they would sell like crazy, right? And this was happening, and then people realized that it was just too many floods of games that are really crappy with just license on it and get it out there, and they were selling, and because of that, right, companies were like, with less amount of investment, just stick a title on, stick a IP on it, and I'm able to sell in tons. That's what companies started to practice rather than making quality great games, right? Because the games that made money were not quality games. They were games that they were able to make really quickly with little amount of money and get IP and sell. And ET is the game that made people realize this, right? They put ET and they developed in 5 weeks. One person get it out there and it sold, and the people realized that these companies are not making great games because we are buying these crappy games with IP on it. And that's when the industry just crashed. So it wasn't really ET that killed it per se, according to the article, but it was ET which is a game that made people realize that this was what's happening, and they basically killed the industry. So anyway, very interesting article. Game Informer. I would recommend seeing it. It was pretty fun. Anyways, going down the list. Let's see. Man, people are telling me about the high score show, and I really want to see it. I haven't been able to see it still. I haven't even been able to see Cobra Kai. I really want to see Cobra Kai. When I retire, I have so many things to try. Fingers crossed. I see a lot of people who, where Grace got you 2600, Grace got me Apple II, and then afterwards got me NES. Man, I was gonna say grades are not everything in life, but I was going to say that, but I retract because Donkey Kong Jr. may be watching it, and I need to tell him that, hey, grades are everything. So if you're watching Donkey Kong Jr., grades are everything. Going down the list. Let's see. Prentice, John, did you wield the power glove? Of course. Man, back in the days, as soon as I got my NES, I was like raking things in. I got my Rob, R-O-B, right? I had my light gun for duck hunt, and of course the power glove. Didn't really do much, right? But it was just really cool to have. Not many games, right? It felt really weird playing games with power glove, but I felt like Thanos. I didn't know Thanos back then, but right? It felt really cool. So collected a lot of my allowances and borrow those. And back in the days, the games were not too expensive anyway. So and then of course, begging and pleading, and Christmas, and of course, uh, right, begging and pleading to your grandparents always works. Always works. So I did some of that. Anyways, great back in the days. Let's see. Oh, I see the comment. John, I volunteered to rent a U-Haul truck and pick up units from the LA warehouse and deliver to Soulcare family members. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. That's the kind of spirit that we needed, right? I really appreciate it. We're actually thinking a lot about how to best make this happen from a the shipping etc. perspective. So we'll see what we can do. I don't want to burden you. Thank you. So I really appreciate the offer. It's a thought that counts. I really appreciate it. I think we're coming up with a lot of different ideas. But so we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. But I don't wanna burden you with this, but I really appreciate the thought. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Means a lot. Going down the list. Let's see. I think I'm actually at the very bottom of the list. Aim high, Jung Jr. Good grades pay off. You see, Donkey Jung Jr. If you're listening or if you're watching, please take note. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. I see a lot of people who still have the Rob. Oh my God. Man, if you're living in Chicago, Derek, I'd be like, bring your Rob over next Friday. I miss it a lot. I miss it a lot. Those are really, really awesome. And we're gonna, by the way, we're gonna try to bring a lot of great experiences back as well, as you know. So Rob is not really arcade per se, but we'll work hard, very hard to bring a lot of our memories back together. So we'll do that. Let's see. Mark volunteers to pick up one unit from the LA warehouse and deliver to. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it, my friend. Actually, in all seriousness, we are really looking into a lot of different options to make this as best as possible. So we'll keep you updated and stay tuned. I think a lot of good progress has actually been made. And we just need to lock everything down into one picture, and then we'll tell you about the whole picture. And during last session, I gave you some overview as well on what we're working on. So I hope that works, and we'll keep you updated on that. So stay tuned. Fred, maybe you have a question. John, everyone is excited for your. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for working so hard and listening to. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. Man, I feel extremely flattered. I really appreciate it. Thank you for that. Sean's like, P-Dubs is getting mine when he visits you and is dropping it off here in Pennsylvania. Woohoo! Nice, nice. Give me that one over there. Maybe I should put that one up for auction. I shouldn't say that. Another question: which publishers should we target to bombard with requests to support arcade? Thank you for that, my friend. Maybe we should form a list. Bombarding works. It works. So thank you so much for that. Anyway, I think we've gone over our time. So it's 120 right now. So thank you so much again, everybody, for joining. This was a lot of fun. I was so happy to be able to show you our Coleco experience. And next time we'll do more of that. But before we end today, one more thing. One more thing. As I was having great conversations with you right now, now today's our 50th episode, right? We just cannot let it go just like this, right? So I was thinking, I just come up with a really quick trivia question. Let's do a quick hoodie, right? How about a quick hoodie? Hoodie trivia for everybody who has stuck around to the end. Our 50th episode special hoodie. Let's do a quick contest. I'm going to come up with a quick question. Okay, this is something that I've asked many different times. So I'll give out an easy one. Right, whoever gets the first, first person that comes with the answer on my display here that consolidates all different platforms, the first person gets the hoodie. Ready, guys? Ready? Here we go. What does II stand for in iiRcade? Let's do the question again. What does II stand for in iiRcade? Man, I feel really weird. This is like the first time ever that I've asked a question by myself. Usually, Colin's there with me. But yeah. Let's see. Oh, we have some answers already. Let's see. Brad, I think you're the winner, my friend. Me and you. Thank you so much. We have a lot of people who got the answers right. But I think you're the first one. 50th episode hoodie. You're the winner, my friend. Thank you so much for answering the question right. And I think we had a lot more questions right as well. Brad came from YouTube. Derek, you're the first one on Facebook. But I think Brad beat you by just a little bit. But I think Derek, if I remember this correctly, I think you may have already won a hoodie. So I think it's okay. I hope it's okay. But Brad, you're the winner. Congratulations! Thank you so much for answering the question right. If you can send me a quick message, probably email would work. gamer@iircade.com. Gamer, GAMER at iircade.com, or just PM me on or Facebook or somewhere, or maybe Kickstarter. Then with your size information and also your mailing address, then we'll ship it out to you ASAP. All right. Good that we ended with that because we had to celebrate our 50th episode somehow. So that was fun. Thank you so much again for joining, everybody. I really appreciate it. And next week's, sorry, what day is it today? Today's Friday, right? Next week's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a very busy week for us because we're trying to make our next Friday's Game and Brew Night spectacular, quote unquote. A lot of activities, hopefully. For everybody, right? Not just people who's attending, but also everybody who will be joining us virtually. So we'll make this a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. And next Tuesday, we will play some more games. So I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday, everybody. Thank you so much again. Thanks again for joining us today. And have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you again on Tuesday. Thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate it. Happy 50. Happy 50. We made this 50 happen together. Happy 50. Thanks again, everybody. Love you guys.